AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. The Twitter guys, man, they jumping right in there, man. Appreciate y'all. AllBall TV, who's in there first, man? Jumping right in there, man. Huh? Happy birthday, Papa Flea.
The biggest, y'all.
The real Big Flea? OG Big Flea?
OG Big Flea. We roll with that. Well, that's my OG right here. OG only got. I don't like calling too many niggas OG. That shit corny to me. I got one OG. He right here on the screen. My OG. But big shout out to Pops for his birthday, man. All right.
Papa Flea.
Papa Flea. Right.
Happy birthday.
70.
Yeah, nice.
7 straight. 7 decades.
Y'all should see this picture of him, man. Black don't crack, man. My man is out here looking good. I love it.
That's right. That's right.
On-screen performances and off-screen performances. I'm letting you go, the guys know right now. You have to pay for the off-screen performances. I love when AllBall's eyes go, where's it going?
When OG don't know, that nigga eyeballs like this. He's like, where the fuck are these niggas?
Suckers.
We live.
Big Flea. Sure.
That was so wrong of me. I should have just put the Big Flea drop after I said happy birthday, Papa Flea.
You're a novice. You're a novice. You're a novice.
Like I said, the off-screen performances are way different than that. Way to be consistent. Come on, man. Enough is enough with these shenanigans. Flea's one step closer to the 40 club.
I ain't too far. I got 2 more years. 40 will be here soon.
Damn. Yo, it makes me feel old when people that I know get older. Like my age is like, I always forget my age. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I got some birthdays coming up in about 60 days, right? Well, 60 days. Something like that.
Yeah.
Right? November. Right? I'll be here in no time.
September's going by fast.
Flying by. And these
that
niggas
shit is
still
over. That shit basically over.
And these niggas still want their money. They do. Bills don't stop because the month going by fast. Bullshit.
Summertime's ending rather quickly. That means the NBA offseason is ending rather quickly. And we got some topics to get to. That was my professional tone, Flea. Speaking of professional.
I'm not a fan of it, but okay.
I know when you're excited, and you weren't excited, but I know when we talk about the Knicks.
Don't ever tell me you know me when I'm excited. Don't ever tell me you know when I'm excited. Okay? Don't ever tell me that. You don't know when I'm excited. You never see me excited.
You just got excited.
You're supposed to leave that alone.
I don't leave. I'm totally comfortable. I don't care what Dame says. I don't go by his rules. Forget Dame. Forget about being excited. No, let's get excited.
You know what, OG get quiet. You know.
Here. Leave him out of here.
I just need to know if y'all need a moment to yourself. I'll jump on the screen. You know, what's going on.
Do y'all need a moment to yourselves? That was good.
Getting excited all the time.
That was good.
I don't mind.
That was good.
I don't mind my moments with Flea. Especially when we talk about them Knicks.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all.
Come on, man. Stop playing with us. Huh? Y'all don't love us? Flea. We back in the mix. Stop playing with us. New York Knicks. Huh? Talked about it last time, but I guess the show must go on. They brought it up. I didn't bring it up. I might bring it up again, damn it. The New York Knicks, you know they acquired Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon. You always get it wrong. And somehow, some way, it's turning into a battle for the last roster spot. A lot of mixed feelings, but a lot of the news out there, to be honest, is things that we touched on. Knicks signed Malcolm Brogdon, Shamet, non-guaranteed deals. They fill out the spot here. See Mohamed Diarra, Dink Pate. A lot of guys in here. Exhibit 10. I don't know what the hell that means, guys. But Landry Shamet, Malcolm Brogdon on the Exhibit 9 list. They're trying to battle it out for that last roster spot. And of course, I've seen some other waves happening. We see, along with that news, I heard Steve Bondi. Hope I'm saying his name right. Hope I ain't getting your name wrong.
Stephen Bondi.
Oh, Stephen Bondi.
Yo.
But I'll get to my other guy first. Stephen Bondi. Stephen, I'm sorry. I read your name and I can't tell the difference between Stephon Urkel, Steve Urkel. But Stephen Bondi, he was on Knicks Fan TV. He brought up, or they talked about what it means to have Shamet and Brogdon being there. It could possibly mean how these guys are actually some Knicks on the trading block, including some of our favorites here.
I'm not reporting this, but just for the sake of, us freestyling and talk about this because it's fun. The buzz that I'm hearing around the league is Pacome Dadier and Miles McBride. And
oh my God.
I know. I knew that was going to elicit a reaction. Now, again, like this isn't, I'm not saying it's going to happen. This is just buzz, the league talks and, it's 75% of the stuff I hear like this, it just never happens. So I want to preface it with that. But all right, I think it's easy to get off those guys. I think that's the big thing. You trade Pacome Dadier, he doesn't have a big contract. They're going to be takers based on his upside. It's kind of, you don't have to really sell that one. It makes a lot of sense to everybody. They're a win now team. Pacome Dadier is not really ready, but Landry Shamet and Malcolm Brogdon are ready. So that trade makes sense. Now, if you're looking at the McBride thing, here's where kind of you could sell me on it. He is up for an extension after the season, right? They're up against the second apron. They're paying their starting five a lot of money. They're committed to them beyond a bunch of years. What if they don't want to pay Miles? Miles McBride's going to want money. He's going to understandably want money. He's been playing on a bad contract for a while. So let's say they don't want to pay him. He's at his peak value right now. You could obviously get off of him. The guard situation, if you bring in Malcolm Brogdon, you're going to have 4 ball handlers already. You have Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Jordan Clarkson, and Malcolm Brogdon. How many minutes is Miles McBride going to be able to get? Maybe there's another team out there that values him as a starter. You obviously would be able. He's a very valuable player in the market. You would obviously be able to bring back draft capital. The Knicks have no draft capital right now because they used it all on Mikal and Karl-Anthony Towns. So you're able to recoup some of that. So that's really where you can sell it. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is just some stuff being thrown out there.
Some stuff being thrown out there. Rumors swirling. They started this. We didn't start this. Because you always say we clickbaiting and stuff, even though they somehow follow everything that we talk about. No, ain't no Cleopatra. What we call him? What's her name? Cleo? Miss Cleo? We're not that, AllBall. But we did talk about this. That's the first thing you said, or one of the first things you mentioned when we got Shamet and then Brogdon was, available for us. First thing you said was, if we got them on the team, what's stopping us from, possibly trading some of these kids? I didn't really imagine Deuce, but for him to throw Deuce in there, Knicks reporter, AllBall, what do you think about that? What do you think about trading Deuce if it especially means keeping Shamet with Brogdon off the bench?
Well, I'll pat myself on the back. I've always been saying this. I've said this how many times? Think Fleet. Remember what I was talking about when I was like, listen, if there's a potential trade, Deuce is going to have to come up. But I'm gonna say this. I think Deuce I like Deuce. I don't think he's a starter in the NBA. He's undersized. He's very inconsistent. He's definitely an NBA player. He's definitely a 6th, 7th man. He contributes. I like Deuce, but I'm not in love with Deuce. For me, going back to the season before last, Game 7 at home, he didn't produce. We lost to Indiana. And then last season, he had an opportunity to step up. He did step up in some games. defensively, hit some big shots, but is very inconsistent. And you gotta look at it. The acquisition of Clarkson and I think Youssef, I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be tough for Deuce to get minutes, especially if Brogdon and them is in them practices, you know, giving guys the business. Flea alluded to it the other day. You know, a guy like Brogdon, what are you about 6'4", 6'5", can guard 3 positions. He's able to knock down a 3-point shot and handle the basketball. Let's be realistic. You know, I love Deuce, but that contract is coming up. For me, you know, he's gonna want some type of money that I don't think he's gonna be worth. So I don't think we should attempt to even overpay him. I think it's the time now to package Deuce up with maybe some other players and maybe get somebody else that's going to help us win this championship. I totally agree with the young man on that platform. You know, they want to make it seem like they speculating, but it ain't no speculation. We did not make all these moves, re-sign Shamet, go get Brogdon. Now guys are talking about, you know, fighting for positions. Once again, 8, 9, 10 deep. Some guys is going to struggle to get playing time. I'm trying to figure out, let's be realistic. Shamet at times could be just as good as Deuce. I'm not saying he is good as Deuce, but at times he could be just as good and he's way cheaper. Brogdon, former 6th man of the year. We know what Brogdon can bring to the table, if he's healthy. So I think Deuce is in trouble. I think he's going to be the odd man out when it comes to a trade. Like I said, I think the season before this one and this season just passed, you know, some guys had opportunities to step up, and somebody's always going to get the short end of the stick. You know, for me, Mikal Bridges, a lot of guys came up short. Josh Hart had one of his worst sips, so a lot of guys came up short. But let's be realistic. Who's expendable is going to be Deuce. And, you know, right now his stocks is kind of good. So, yeah, I think we're definitely going to make a move. Like he said, even if it's just to get some type of trade, some type of picks back to load up, pause for a real move. So I think, like I said, we not done. We got a trick up our sleeve. The front office sees that we have an opportunity to really make this thing happen. I think this is the only year that we can really have a clear path getting to the finals. I'll let Flea cook, but the front office has to see no Tatum, no Porzingis in Boston, no Halliburton in Indiana. Philly is a mess. You have to take advantage of this situation. And I'm going to say something before we end this segment that I think the Knicks should be looking to do. But, yeah, I think eventually we may move Deuce.
Flea, what do you think about Stephon Bondi, his comments on Shamet and Brogdon, the potential of keeping them, and of course, opening up the cap space by trading some of the young guys, Deuce's contract, and it's floated out there. He's a reporter. It's not like, you know, he's close to them, and this is when we use their connections. What do you think about that? What do you think about, you know, how the roster should look in your opinion?
I just feel like I don't want us to start overplaying our hand before we actually do something. And what I mean by that is you put a roster together in the summertime and you get to training camp and you figure out what you look like going into the season. But these potential moves that could be made, like I'm sitting here, I was listening to OG and I'm sitting here thinking, what could we potentially trade Deuce and player X and get what back? Yeah, draft capital sounds good. We maxed it out with Bridges, and you always, if you're a GM in the front office, you're always thinking about the future of the team and not necessarily just right now. But if you are thinking about the future, you do want to get some draft capital in your back pocket, a la Sam Presti, right? His pockets are flooded with draft picks. But for us, I don't want us to start thinking that we need to continue to make moves when we're trying to win a championship. When are we going to get some cohesion? When are we going to figure out, okay, this is what we're doing and this is what we got going forward? We made major moves over the last year and a half, right? You bring in Cat. Forget that. You bring in OG first, right? Then you bring in a Bridges. Then you bring in Cat, right? Then you fire Tibbs, which everybody wanted, and we got a new coach. Now we're talking about making some more roster changes. Are we going to do this before the season starts? Are we going to wait till December 15th when moves can start being made? Are we going to wait to the trade deadline? Are we going to be a team that needs to make a move? Like, if we are confident in who we are, why are we still talking about making moves? We got the best chance to make it to the finals this year. OG just laid it out for all of us. Philly got to prove something. Cleveland, up to be, I think we can compete with them. Boston is down. Indy is down. Did I say Philly? Like, you know what I'm saying? Milwaukee is a different team. So this is a great chance for us, but I don't want us to start moving a bunch of chess pieces and things like that to outsmart our own selves. If Deuce was producing for us last year and he's coming up on a contract year, I don't think it's imperative that we got to figure out how to move him before we got to pay him. If we got to move him, if he got to get paid at the end of the year, he deserves to get paid, maybe not just by us. Go get your money somewhere else, but let him contribute to what we're doing. I don't know, unless somebody in the comments, unless my brothers right here got a suggestion, I don't see what he's going to bring back for us except draft capital. I don't see anything else that's going to tip us over the championship scale. Now, I think keeping him, that continues to go towards a championship caliber team. But if we move him, we're going to get what back?
What do you I like everything that you said, because it just puts us on the spot. Like, yo, either we're ready for the championship or we're not. And AllBall, what do you think Shamet, how does he, because I'm better than Bruce McBride outright. I think you're saying he fits the team better, or is it just a thing? Like, who do you think the team better?
To be honest, it depends on who's the coach and how they're using them. It's evident that last season, Tibbs didn't know how to use Shamet. We seen, Shamet produce when he could. Like I said, I like Deuce, but if we could get rid of Deuce, get some draft picks, and then load up for another move. Like I said, for me, I don't understand why we shouldn't look at getting better, no matter how we feel about this season or who's injured or not. If we can get better, why not get better? And that's my whole thing. I feel like Deuce is going to cost too much when we have guys like, for me, Jordan Clarkson, to me, solidifies the bench. To me, he moves Deuce right out the way. So I think if Deuce is going with, I no disrespect, but I don't think we're going to miss him. And I think getting the draft capital back, get some draft picks, I think that puts us in a better, even more better position to where we have all these players to package up with some more draft picks and go after someone else that's going to just basically solidify us winning the championship this year. As great as this roster is, and as much as I like it, Flea, I go with what you say. If we can get better, if you can make moves to get better, why not do it? But I think Shamet is just much cheaper than Deuce. That, to me, that's the difference.
Do you think we can win a championship, Flea, this year?
At some point, there's got to be a level of consistency. Find me a team that won a championship by doing roster overhauls and bringing in a new coach. Find me the team that did it. Like, I don't know an NBA team in NBA history that fired the head coach, brought a new head coach in, and did like complete roster overhaul. Yeah, our core is in place, but we're talking about tinkering with depth. We did what we needed to do with our depth. I don't think we need to be touched at all anymore. Not for this season. Roll out what you rolled out. We're gonna get Mitchell Robinson, as we should, fully healthy from the start of the season. That changes a lot for us. That completely changes how we approach the first half of the season. It's gonna be completely different. So we're gonna keep moving pieces Until when? No team has ever won with no chemistry. And if you keep plucking and moving and I want to continue to get better, I'm with that. But I'm not with continuing to shake up the team and have this in our mind that we're shooting for a championship.
I totally agree with everything you just said. And the part that we're all bleeding with all ball is, if we trade dudes, how much do we miss them? And I think that's what happens with these guys. Is like Karl Anthony Towns, by December, he was having me not miss Julius Randle anymore. 2023 Julius Randle. How much will we miss Deuce if we open up the cap and it gives us a chance to get more draft picks, where the OKC is in position to get all these draft picks and upgrade their roster, which is already dynasty-like. I know it's premature, but they got a core three. They paid them the max, I think, to all of them, and they're still in position to trade one of them, trade some of their young guys, or trade their draft picks to keep having these guys in that position. And we're just fighting to be in their spot, really, and compete with them. And I don't know if holding on to Deuce stops us from that, then you got to trade Deuce. And I love Deuce. The in love with Deuce part is that,
Yo, hold on real quick. Hold on. King Speech, you're naming all-time greats. These are all-time greats. Like, I hate when we do that. When we give examples and we give the best of the best for the examples. Okay, like the Lakers won. He's talking about Vogel was the head coach and change. Absolutely right. LeBron James and Anthony Davis is on that team. 2 top 75 players of all time. He names what's my man? Nick Nurse and Kawhi Leonard. Like, we're talking about cream of the crop, like the best of the best. But
it happened though, Flea. You asking, but just to play devil's advocate. You ask, has it been done? Those are 2 times that it has been done. So you can't do it. You can't
All right,
say
let me be real. We can't do it. We don't have the personnel to do that. Let me just say that. I don't agree with that. We can't do it.
But we can't do what? We're talking about the change from Thibodeau to Mike Brown. It's the same change as the Lakers to Vogel and the Raptors to Nick Nurse.
They also added Kawhi Leonard. He also said they traded half their roster for Anthony Davis. So, like, okay, we go get Mike Brown and we trade for Giannis, right? That's what we're doing? OG?
I got a better one.
Okay.
We're waiting.
Watch that Clippers situation closely. Listen, people can laugh all we want. That could be the Toronto Raptors all over again. Listen, bro. We just need one guy to come through and help us for this 1 year. After that, I don't care what happens. For me, I'm just saying, whether it's Giannis or whether we can steal Kawhi, I'm saying we will have the assets, the players, to where if this situation can happen, it doesn't deplete the whole roster, a la what happened with Carmelo Anthony, which this is no knock to him. I'm just giving an example. I think we are loading up to do something crazy, because if we don't win a championship this year, it may not never happen. I think this is the window, and we have to take advantage. Fleet may not like how it happens, but I think something crazy is going to happen this season.
So if not Kawhi, because that to me is still you shooting in the dark. Kawhi Leonard is not promised. His whole situation is a question mark. So
nobody's promised.
I understand that, but then if you don't,
Kawhi's gonna retire if he can't be a Clipper.
And
he will no longer play basketball if he can't be a Clipper.
So retirement's on the table for Flea. Not coming to the Knicks, him not being available for the Knicks is an option. So, but if not Kawhi, who else can you see out there that can? Because this is replacing Deuce at the end of the day. Because Kawhi's situation is, they're going to avoid his contract and we can sign him for the cheap. So if you can't, let's say Kawhi's not on the table, who are we going after?
Well, you just said something about Deuce. For me, you said who replaces Deuce. We already have Deuce's replacement, Jordan Clarkson. Like I said, to me, this is the part of the business that, a lot of us may not like. Like I said, I like Deuce. I have no problem with Deuce. But this is what happens. I'm sorry. This is what's happening. And I think this is going to be the thing. Like I said, whether we make a move or not, I still think we should be fine. But if we can make a move that's going to make us better than what we are now, I'm all for it, no matter what it is. Now, I would have to sit there and, okay, who's up for this and who's this? And like, but for me, I will love Giannis, but there may be some other players. We might not need the big fish. Like I said, we may need like a Cleveland when it got the kid DeAndre, even if we could get a move like that. So for me, I think we just setting ourselves up to make various moves. It doesn't have to be the big fish. We can make a subtle move that'll make us even better.
So then I'm gonna ask Fleet, and you could answer this. Are we, whether or not you think we're a championship team now, that would be with Deuce McBride. So if we trade Deuce McBride or get rid of him for the cap space and for the Brogdon and Shamet, that's a championship team to you, Fleet? And why?
I don't know. I gotta be honest. I don't know. If you trade Duke, so because OG makes a great point, and I don't know why I'm like having brain fog and forgetting that Clarkson is on our bench now. So yeah, that I expect Jordan Clarkson to be 15 to 18 points off the bench, no matter what, right? And if that is the case, then yeah, that puts Deuce in a tough spot, because what did he average this year? A little over 9 points a game, but he didn't shoot it well. His shooting percentages were down from the field and from three this year. So yeah, he played better like as a collective, but just in terms of like production, his scoring output went up, but his percentages, I think he was like 40% from the field this year and low 30s from three. So like that don't put him in a very favorable position going forward. My biggest takeaway with this team right now is the coach. It's the coach. Yeah, we could tinker and do everything that we got to do with the roster. I'm cool with that. But the jury is still out on the coach. We know what Tibbs did with that team. He squeezed everything he could squeeze out of it, and we got rid of him. Fine. But now we got a new coach. There's a lot of newness to what we got going on this year. I'm just saying, are we good enough? Is that coach good enough? And is our roster good enough to everything to go seamless and there aren't any hiccups, right? I said to OG, do we start the first 20 games and are 10-10? Right? Is that going to settle after 20 games, quarter of the season? Are we going to be like, we in great position to win a championship? Most of the teams you look at from the last, what can we say, 10 years, 15 years, let's say 20 years. If you look at them throughout the first quarter, half of the season, something tells you they're going to be a finals team or they're championship caliber. We can't sputter and stumble and try to figure out our way and think we're going to win the championship all because the East is weaker, right? All the other teams are getting better. Detroit is going to be right there. You said Atlanta. I said Orlando. And then obviously the other teams that by the time the end of the season comes, what are they going to be looking like? Boston has pride. We could say they down because Tatum's not there. They are a prideful team. So at some point during the season, are they going to act like they're still competitive? Maybe. If we look at Giannis is coming back. He ain't going to be just laying down. So I'm extremely confident with the Knicks. I just don't want us to overplay our hand. Let's see what this roster look like. Let's act like we got a new coach and let Mike Brown implement some shit and see what we got.
Deuce McBride played the most minutes of his career, around 25 minutes. He shot around 40% from the field, 37% from three. That was down from 41% the season before. He shoots 5 threes a game. The season before was four threes a game. Turnovers is really important. He's averaging 0.4 for his career, 0.6 last year, career high, 9.5 points per game. That's the final number. And a steal per game, and 9.5 points per game was his career high, as well as the 2.9 assists, career high, 2.5 rebounds, career high, 81% from the free throw line, 78% from his career, 86% from the free throw line the season before. So to your point, the production, the efficiency was better the year before. AllBall. Not sure you got to hear everything that Fleet was saying, but want to respond real quick.
No. I heard what he said. I mean, he made some great points, but you fail to say that we got better too this season. While everybody else got better, we got better. And also, I go with what you say with history. The last couple years, the teams that were in the conference finals were in the finals. So, I don't see why history is going to change because it's us. Like I said, I agree with you. Giannis ain't gonna lay down. Like I said with the Boston thing, I get the pride, but no Tatum, no Porzingis, no Drew Holiday. So for me, like I said, Detroit, Atlanta's a little scary. I'm not really worried about Cleveland because we see great regular season team in the playoffs. They totally different. But for me, I think we are just a better team this season, and as good as those other teams are going to get throughout the season, we should be getting better too. And like I said, yeah, those teams are going to be threats, but I think we are still the better team. And just as they gotten better, we gotten better too. We've got a bench now. And let's not forget, we have Mitchell Robinson in the beginning of the season now. Should be healthy. And then now we have him or Josh Hart coming off the bench. So our bench and our starting lineup, either way, is going to get stronger. So I think we'll just be fine. I think we'll be fine.
The first team I thought about also while you were speaking was, even with Orlando and Atlanta, Cleveland is really, for me, the only realistic team, even though I'm not scared of them, but they're the only realistic team that could take the same leap OKC did last year. Like OKC went from, they had the number 1 seed, they lost in the second round, they went from the second round to and winning the championship. Cleveland has more potential to do that. All these second round closeouts and then having a core 4 and making the championship, as far as just with the flea factor, like, yo, it steps, right? Levels. So I'm not scared of them, and I'm not gonna be scared of Orlando and Atlanta in that sense. We're talking about championship and overall. So with Deuce McBride, though, my only last thing, my other reservation is why I want to keep him is because I like Keon Ellis with the Kings, and I keep on saying this. I believe Deuce McBride is that young kid that Mike Brown wants to mold, like a Keon Ellis, but even better. Like Mike Brown saw what he had in Keon Ellis, and he has just as much, if not way more, potential than Keon Ellis. And I think, like what Fleet was saying earlier with the coaching, if he can get this guy figured out and figure out not just his role, because what really is his role, the backup point guard, he plays really well with Mitchell Robinson. Like, we wanted to see way more minutes with him and Mitchell Robinson. So he got something going on, a little Batman and Robin on the defensive end. What else can Deuce do for us and figure out his real role? Can he? Y'all got Jordan Clarkson clearing him already. Like, he has to be listening to that. I want the guy to compete and take Jordan Clarkson up out of there. I'm not a big Jordan Clarkson fan. So if he can do that and you set the table for him to do that, that's what we thrive in. Like, yo, hold on. It's time to bench him. Same way we replaced Quentin Grimes with Dante DiVincenzo a couple seasons back. There's nothing wrong with getting the kid, that kid. Hold on. Y'all sign this guy. You think he's a savior? Now, y'all been drafted the savior. I've been here for years. It's me and Mitchell Robinson that's been drafted by the Knicks, and we stayed here all this time. So I might be biased, oh boy, and I might be in love with my Knicks, and I don't want to let them go, but I'm not going to lie about it either, because I don't see this grand opportunity that's out there for a draft pick or two. I think you should find another way to do it, especially if he means that much to us in terms of chemistry.
I mean, the Clarkson move is, I don't know why, we haven't spent a lot of time on that. The media hasn't covered that as much. The fan base hasn't covered that as much. Jordan Clarkson has grown up and matured right in front of our eyes over the last few years. We're talking about a guy drafted by the Lakers, and we thought he was an immature asshole, right? And then, he gets the opportunity to play with LeBron James, and he's in the finals, right? And so you just watching the dude grow up, obviously goes out west and really not on the best team, but still found a way to be a spark off the bench and be a sixth man of the year, right? So I just feel like Clarkson has grown up a lot. He's played deep into the playoffs before. Like I said, obviously played with LeBron James, so he could bring a lot to what we already have in our locker room. So the experience and just the maturity from him, I'm high on that. And if that's Deuce's replacement, I'm like, how can we? You know what I mean? Like, how can we feel a way about that? Like, that's a guy that's gonna give us what we need right now. Deuce is good. I think somebody in the comments said Deuce is gonna be good for contenders going forward, right? Whatever team he gets paid on, hopefully it's a good team. He's gonna be good for them no matter what. But for sure, the Clarkson deal, we have to applaud that a lot more because that was a really, really good move. Very reminiscent of J.R. Smith coming from China that year, right? We pulled J.R. Smith from China that year, and I think the following year he was 6th man of the year, 18 off the night and 18 off the bench a night, and was just flat out amazing. Like, y'all remember J.R. that year? Like, if you didn't love J.R. Smith before that, that year made you fall in love with what he did, for the New York Knicks. So if Clarkson can do that for us, I love it.
I mean, listen, you said that great, and I 100% agree. You got to remember, and Clarkson can finish games. Like, he's a vet. He's guaranteed double digits off the bench. Like I said, I like Deuce. It's not that I want to get rid of him, but come on, 9 points off the bench, that's not enough. It's not enough. Guys had 2-3 years to prove themselves, and they haven't done it. I'm sorry. And when you're going for a championship, we have to see consistency. Deuce is supposed to be that firepower off the bench for us. And at times he just wasn't. 9.5 points is not enough. I'm sorry. And, I just think this is the reason why we had to go make the moves we had to make. And also he's undersized. So for me, like I said, I think getting some picks for him, maybe we could like really house somebody and get more than enough for him. And I think that's just going to set us up, like y'all brothers say, for the future, because we're trying to sustain this thing. Like you said, we're trying to now be to where every year we talking conference finals and finals. We ain't trying to slip back up and go backwards. We trying to move forwards. So I just feel, Deuce is he's in a little jam, which is not his fault, but that's just how it goes.
And of course, Jordan Clarkson, 16 points per game for his career. He shot 43% from the field. From 3-point range, 33%.
He had a rough year last year. Didn't play 50 games. Shooting percentages were down. Like, I mean, again, that team is bad. So, all right, you milk an injury. You don't want to play. I get it. You want to get out of there. Obviously, you out of there. But yeah, he has to have a bounce back season for sure.
Yeah, 40% last year, 36% from 3, which is higher than the year before. We only played 37 games, 55 the year before, 61, 79 with Utah a couple years back. And before I move on from that, when do you think Clarkson played meaningful minutes, like quote unquote, in the playoffs, playing for something? Like, I don't remember that. Is it veteranship? I appreciate. And then, of course, he's scoring with ease compared to Deuce McBride. Like, it's hard for Deuce McBride to score, but Deuce McBride has been playing meaningful minutes the last, 4 or 5 years, damn near his whole career. That's the other thing for me.
I mean, Clarkson dwarfs Deuce when it comes to playmaking. When it comes to playmaking, getting his own shot and making plays for other, he dwarfs him in that arena. Deuce, I feel like Tibbs encouraged Deuce to hit open shots when you open. As the years went on, if you need to put it on the floor, you could put it on the floor. I'm seeing Deuce work on his ball handling a lot over this summer, and he has worked on it over the last couple of years, so he could put it on the floor and get to the rim like that. And obviously being aggressive on defense. But aside from that, I think everything that Clarkson brings is just a little more in what we really need, as opposed to what Deuce is going to give us. Real quick, OG, the ladies are here. Tori B, Darlene B are here.
Whoa. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the ladies of AllBall TV, Darlene Bryan and Tori B. The sexy ladies are in the building. Fellas, y'all know the drill. Heart, thumbs up. Say what's up to the beautiful lady. Darlene B, Tori B, good evening, y'all. How y'all feeling?
Darlene B, what up, baby? What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all tapping in with us.
Appreciate it indeed. Love when we balance out the comments.
We don't have freedom of speech anymore, so I'm gonna be quiet. I was about to say something to you just now. I was about to
say or we don't have freedom of speech anymore. This guy, Flee Smith, man.
I got freedom of speech. I'm saying what the fuck I want. What you gonna fire me from? I ain't got shit. Gives a fuck. Big shout out. Shit crazy out here, man.
Big shout out Jimmy Kimmel, man. It's my guy, man. Big shout out Kimmel, man.
Nigga show was trash, man. Get that nigga out of here, man.
Alright.
That bum ass nigga out of here.
Yo, y'all are the two most. Oh my God. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He started off with the man show. He started off good. Then he switched up. Stop with the pansy shit, man. Your show was garbage.
Kimmel is trash.
Big bummage.
Jimmy Kimmel
You not
trash,
up.
bro.
You two old niggas ain't up to watch him.
Nah,
The
the
You don't watch him.
The other dude
you
is
don't
way better.
watch.
What's my other dude? The younger
Hold
guy.
on. Am I wrong?
No.
But hold on. What's the other young goofy guy?
Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon way better.
Easily.
Yeah, I love Fallon.
And I
Right.
see Jimmy
I love
Fallon in the
Fallon.
streets.
Get
He
Jimmy
in the
Kimmel the
streets.
fuck out of here. They put all that bread behind him. They gave him a shot. Nigga, you ain't been funny for I don't know how long. Deuces, nigga.
Fire.
Big bag of garbage. I seen Jimmy Fallon in the streets. Your man still be getting saucy, falling on his elbow. He breaks his elbow once a year. Big alcoholic. Salute to Jimmy Fallon, man. Big prop. Roots is off there and everything.
About what happened to Jimmy Fallon. You niggas want to give your opinions on Jimmy Fallon. I don't care if you niggas like him or not. What's going on right now is garbage.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. Yo, quick, hold on. Quick question.
Like,
Before we
give a
move.
fuck if he's funny or not. It's trash.
Right.
What happened to him?
But can somebody answer this in less than a minute? I don't know what happened. What happened with Molly, ESPN First Take? Like did she do something wrong?
No. Well, we don't know.
Quit overnight.
Right.
She quit at night and ain't show up the next day.
If y'all want to talk about that before, because I
And
got
now, we stay right here. We good. We stay right here. We good.
Go ahead, please introduce it while I look up the video, please.
So real quick, if y'all not aware, Molly Karam resigned, flat out quit from being the host for ESPN's First Take with Stephen A. She's no longer the. See, now I'm gonna call her out. Hold on, before I finish. Tori B, that's trash. You hating on another sister? That's whack. That's whack. That's whack, baby. I love you. You know I love you. That's whack. Anyway, like I was saying, she quit overnight, didn't show up the next day, threw out a little Instagram story or whatever, and she's no longer.
What was the story? That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened.
No, there was no story. It was, I gotta close this chapter. Thank you for the opportunity. Pop. And I gotta move on. Like everybody don't like Molly, but replace her. Let me see y'all replace her. Because everybody, I loved Carrie Champion. And it took a while. I was like, yo.
But hold on a second. Carrie Champion is actually good. So this is what Molly's actual quote was. Ladies and gentlemen, after much reflection, I've decided it's time to close this incredible chapter and step away from First Take. Hosting this show has been one of the greatest honors of my career. Every morning, I had the privilege of sharing the desk with some of the most brilliant, passionate, and entertaining voices in sports, and with all of you, the best fans in the world. Flea. First of all, I'm about to get real messy. Fuck it. Stephen A. was not mentioning that. Hold up, AllBall. He's not mentioning that whatsoever. That's crazy. Number one. Number two, I want to press fast forward this video. I'm not going to press play. What's our guy's name here? Self-talk. This guy, you talk about Bochinche, he be posting up anybody and he does his dirt. I'm not pressing play, but he be having Stephen A's joints on the internet. Yeah, AllBall. This guy Self-talk posts Stephen A's joint on the side and he got all the dirt. She says they supposedly had how you say that, please? So I want to bleep it out. That kind of assault. They accused him of it, and Molly would try to be slick and call him SA on the low, and she was like, "Yo, tell him to stop saying that," because she's referring to that case that she's trying to put on you. So this was messy from a long time ago. Now, when I see this, I'm seeing Molly saying, "I'm out of here," and not even thanking him and want nothing to do with him. Yeah, it's a big mess. Yeah, you left out of here. You don't announce. Oh boy, I'm not announcing I'm leaving AllBall TV at 1 a.m. on an Instagram post. Not happening.
I've been here for 10 years. I've been here for 10 years. I'm gonna go online and announce. Nah.
It almost feels fake. When I saw it, I'm like, is this true? Can this be true? So Stephen A, speaking of Jimmy Kimmel, he's rumored to take Jimmy Kimmel's spot. as as the host on a night on the late night show. No way I want that. But this is where First Take is going.
He'll understand. He'll understand. I'm sorry, Fabian. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, he'll understand because Steven. Listen, this dude is huge in the media right now. He's a multimedia superstar right now. It ain't just now. We ain't just talking about if I like Michael Jordan or LeBron James. No, he's giving commentary on a lot of other things now.
Yeah,
opening the door for a lot of other things. So you the big man. You the big man on campus, right? You run the show, right? Be the host now. And that's exactly what he's doing. Sit up there and be the host and be the face of the show because that's what you feel like you are. You're the face of the show. Get the joints out of there, right? Get all the chicks off the stage. Get all the chicks out of there. You niggas don't want them up there anyway. So get them out of there and see how good the show is. See if you can moderate the show and get your takes off and it be a good watch. Go ahead, because niggas take that shit for granted. Like, so
but Flea, but I hear what you're saying. I hear the shots. I hear the shots. I love the ladies. I just want the right ladies up there. Molly Perm, she was garbage. Oh,
who?
Brother man, can I speak? That's all.
This is me. You know how I do. Go.
Molly was trash.
And this is gonna be the one?
Hold on. The other young lady, I heard she about to get a extension.
Yeah,
she's garbage too.
She got it already.
Right. So
too. I don't like her because she.
Right.
Huh?
Ain't nothing garbage about her.
Malika Andrews, she dope.
Correct.
She dope. What makes her dope? Help me. What makes her dope? Let's start breaking this shit down. Fuck the niggas. What makes women dope at being analysts and moderators and commentators? What makes them dope and what makes them trash?
I don't need to verify any one of these like my opinion on whether or not if she's a woman she's good. No, Monica McNutt is great on television, on the radio. She's just a great personality, period. She can hold her own. She makes sense. Malika Andrews is the one that has been doing this for years now. She was rumored to be on First Take years ago. She's great. She challenged Stephen A. Smith before. She speaks well.
I asked you a question. You feel
what do you, yo, bro, but hold on. Like, we can't do that. Can't do that. We can't ask me a question. I'm answering it and you want to pull back. No, the girl does her job. The lady does her job, bro. She sits there. Why do it have to be that she has to be a girl?
What makes Molly whack? That's what I'm trying to get you. What makes her bad at her job? Nobody wants to explain that to me. But you mad because I'm asking you a question?
When have you learned?
Say what you gotta say.
When have you learned anything from Molly Curran? She's garbage.
What the fuck are you learning from Monica? She thought it was Barry Sanders. The fuck are you talking about? This bitch thought it was Barry Sanders.
Okay,
she thought it was Shador Sanders. The fuck out of here.
That's one Molly Curran event that she had. Molly Curran is known for doing that.
About?
She's known for making them kind of mistakes all the time. That's what she's known for. Monica
you don't watch. How would you know?
Stop, Flea. Stop. You know this for a fact. You know Molly Curran.
I don't. I don't. My point is, I'm gonna stop. You go
on Twitter all day long. That's all you see is her. Yo, look at her again. Look at her again. Now they want to throw her sympathy points because she quit. Nah, you were whack anyway. You were. That wasn't a great job. I don't learn nothing from you.
Replace her.
That's an easy replacement, Flea. Now you lying.
No, it's not, and that's my
Taylor
point.
Rooks could do that job.
Fuck Molly at this point. The job ain't easy. The actual position, what she's asked to do, ain't easy. If you niggas think you could do it, everybody thinks she was trash. You go up there and try to do it. It ain't some easy job. What you do right here, night in and night out for us, ain't easy. Go find another nigga to do it. I can't do it. I tell you that all the time.
What's the first name you mentioned?
Who?
Carrie Champion? It's not even close. That's night and day.
So why if Carrie was so legendary?
You know why?
If she's so tell me why.
Hold on. I'll show you behind the scenes. You know why? Listen, man. At the end of the day, you can look at and know what it is, bro. We all some smart mugs up here. Some girls gonna play the game. Some girls ain't. You read between the lines. Please, you're 100% correct. Those jobs isn't easy. I'm not going to sit there and act like it is. For me, it don't have to be a male or female. I don't want to have that conversation. I don't care who's up there. I just didn't like Molly because she interrupts. She tried to, at times, make the show as if it was about her when it's obviously not. So for me, I just want them to get somebody up there that can do that job great. at times Molly was okay, but more times than other, she cuts you off. She acts like she's the boss, and we know why, because a homie. So for me,
Y'all
But
think
I don't
replacing.
hold
Y'all
on.
think
I
replacing.
don't mind her
And
acting
now,
like the boss.
nigga, King Speech called me a simp, but now he run out here talking about Joy Taylor needed. Shut the fuck up, King Speech. I ain't never
Hold
tell
on.
you shut the fuck up.
All right,
Shut
hold
up.
on. But
Now
hold on.
Joy Taylor need a job. Are
But
you
Flea,
fucking kidding me?
Flea, who's better at that job, Molly Curran or Joy Taylor? If we keeping it real,
Not Joy.
That's
you could
not close.
never get me to watch it. You could never get me to watch Joy and think she was doing a good job.
she was on with
No.
Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, and she was way better than Molly Curran. And apparently,
I don't think so.
2 years ago.
I don't think
All right.
so. I don't agree. The fuck? I don't agree. I don't agree with you.
What is Molly Curran better at than Joy Taylor?
I don't know. We ain't got to explain that, right? Who gives a fuck? I just like her better. Nigga said I'm simping over her. All right, that's what I'm doing. I don't know.
Joy Taylor sat
Fuck
down
outta
next to
here.
Keyshawn Johnston, Paul Pierce. She had her own spot to even debate people, even after all this, the rumors that all when she made the news and all that. So she was holding.
That shit was terrible. But Fabian, like, you can't. That shit was terrible.
Hold on.
She was garbage, man. And they got Joy out of there quickly and replaced her with another blonde.
What does Molly Curran do? That lady sat there and debated other people for a living. Molly Curran never has done that.
Who debated other people?
Joy Taylor. She has done
Doing
that.
What? Debated who?
Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, Colin
What's the
Cowherd,
next
all
topic?
these
What's
dudes.
the next topic, man? What's the
All
next?
right, listen,
Are you
we could be
serious?
dismissive, we could be swear all that, but we have nothing. You have yet to say anything that Molly Curran does well. Nothing.
I don't have to, according to you. I don't have to, because I asked you why she is no longer there. Why is she not good? The consensus, hold on. The consensus in the comments, you two niggas on the screen, I'm the only one that said Molly is decent. I'm asking why she's not. I don't got to tell you niggas why she's not good. The consensus says she ain't good. Tell me why she not good. That's what I want to know.
She interrupts people. I don't learn anything from
Everybody,
her.
old boy interrupts niggas every day, and I'm here with him every day. Y'all think he's great? He's great.
She's interrupted with nothing to
What
say.
are we talking about?
AllBall is entertaining. He has talent. She has none. Zero.
And neither does Malika Andrews. Malika Andrews ain't really that good. Regular weed. All these bitches is regular weed.
I disagree. I think she does her job really well. She just reads the damn screen. She takes on the heat with all the news. Well, the same thing Molly Curran is scared to take on, apparently. That girl, she does her job.
Weed, all these bitches. Regular weed. Light it up. Go replace Molly with somebody else and see how good the show is. We just gonna throw Monica McNutt in there and it's gonna be dope.
It'll be hard for
Monica. I'm saying it's not that easy. I could get off Molly. I'm just saying the job ain't that easy.
But hold on, but we agree the job ain't easy, bro. Stephen A. Smith's job not easy. Nobody's job is easy, but we've seen her job done before. You just mentioned the name Kerry Champion. She was good. We've seen good before. I thought Joy Taylor was decent out there. I don't know. I didn't know the other girl that replaced her. I don't know them, but I know Monica McNutt. I don't even know she can do it.
The other one covered basketball. The other one covered the Pelicans. She was a beat writer for the Pelicans.
Okay.
Was she good?
I can't say, but because I watched.
You don't know because you don't start watching, right? Sick.
I watched Joy Taylor.
Yeah.
But if the other girl, Monica McNutt, the other girl, man, Joy Taylor, Malika Andrews. Listen, man, and I'm gonna be keeping real.
Jenny Taft was great. Y'all remember Jenny Taft?
She's way better. I've heard.
Remember Jenny Taft?
She's way better.
She's way better, right? How long did you watch her, Fabian?
I've seen her in moments. I've seen some spurts.
I'm so sick of Rachel.
She's great at transitioning the topic. She's doing the job. That's what I'm saying. She can't.
Who's better, you or Molly? Who's better, you or Molly?
It's a landslide.
Who? For you? You?
She's up too. She's up too crazy.
I'll agree with that on camera.
She's up too crazy. Yo, hold on a second. Fuck all this. What's up with you and Molly, man? What's so hot about her? Why you got the hots for Molly? What she do?
I don't. Nothing. I just feel like for somebody that was there for 10 years, there's a reason that they kept her. There's a reason that they kept it rolling. There's a reason that this nigga lorded over her after she left. That's all I'm saying. The job ain't easy. People think shit is easy to replace. Okay, we just replace Skip Thorpe replacing Shannon. I mean, Skip Thorpe replacing Shannon was easy. Stephen A. Thorpe replacing what is his name? Max was gonna be easy, right? Like it's not easy. I'm going hard as hell because none of you niggas could do it, but everybody got an opinion. That's why.
I'm just wondering why you got the hots for that young lady, man. That's all I want to know. Because
I got the hots for her,
I forgot all about.
I'm the only one that is backing her. Now I got the hots for her.
Backing her.
Okay.
Backing her. It's not easy. Yo, take it easy on her. Why you think she stayed?
Not take it easy on her. She's regular weed just like the rest of them.
I think she stayed there for 10 years because she knows what some of them skeletons is in the closet. She knows that some of them bodies is buried. There's a lot of smoke there. Homegirl, like I said, was on there. I wasn't gonna play her little tidbit, but that was interesting to see. Apparently, Monica knows a lot. She could have really extorted Stephen A. on the low, and he's moving on. That's why he's going to go be a politician now, because you got to escape that route. Smart move by Stephen A. Best Buy. Thank you for your 1999. Mike Brown. Track record with the Kings is crazy. They were 24th in offense when he took over but the following year became the #1 offensive team in the NBA. Never scored Knicks championship. Best Buy. Respectfully.
It's a great point. It's a great point. Great point.
Respectfully, Best Buy has the best name in the business. So well put. So well thought out. Speaking of names, name calling, I wonder if Flea's gonna hold these guys down.
Don't call me a simp again, King Speech. Put my hands on you. I love you, bro.
Why do you think? Maybe that's what Molly told Stephen A. A lot of beef in these streets. Let's get to it. Flea was so fast to send it to me. Oh my God, did you see the beef between Trae Young and Beverly?
Oh, you trying to play with me? Oh, you want to play with me now? All right, cool. Now you want to? Okay. All right.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Can I do it now? Can I continue? Do my job? Molly can't do that. Swaggerless, no poise. Stop playing with me, Flea. You know I'm right.
I know.
And one of these guys is wrong, man. Trae Young, Pat Bev, they beef, and I don't even know where this came from. But hey, AllBall says stop giving these guys a mic. Maybe there's more proof.
Hoop Herald goes, honest question. Why do NBA players play so hard in random open gyms in the summer but give no effort in the All-Star game with millions watching? My response is because All-Stars take the game for granted. It's not one All-Star on a basketball court. It's just good bump. Trae Young's response was,
he said, relax, let us speak for ourselves. Interesting.
I don't know. I don't think he's in a position to speak. I don't think he's won enough to even speak to me like that or tweet me like that. He's been to the playoffs 3 times. I've been to the playoffs 9.
9 is more than 3.
He's been in the NBA 7 years. My first 7 years, I didn't miss the playoffs at all.
Interesting.
In the Western Conference.
Interesting.
Right? His rebuttal is probably going to be, yeah, you want the main player on the team. Absolutely right. But this is why it's a team. I've talked to people who played in Atlanta. They don't want to play there.
Why?
They don't think he's a good leader. They don't think he's a good teammate. This is not coming from me, motherfucker. This is coming from Joe Blow over here. Trae, you can score all the points you want. You can make all the money you want. You can have all the leading assists you want. You can do all that. If you don't win, that shit won't matter. If you don't win, when you're retired, they're going to forget your name. Fast, too. So I don't even think he has the wiggle room to talk about, because you're not playing hard for an All-Star game. You're not like you're playing in the playoffs.
So what do you think his point is?
I don't know. I
He's
think
just trying to put himself above you.
I think so. Like, let us speak. Like, what do you mean? Okay, well, let the motherfuckers who played in the playoffs more than 9 years speak to them.
Okay. That was how the beef got started, apparently, and Trae Young had a response.
You got the one with the ether background on it, or
no?
Just play the regular one.
I'll play the regular one because the ether one will get flagged. I ain't trying to go through all that. This Trae Young's response. Why?
I don't know.
And this has nothing to do with any of the guys' legacies and players that I'm about to name, because to be honest, I didn't really want to mention anybody's name in this, because this is between me and you. You play with some big time players, my guy. You talk about winning and impact winning and all these things. You've been on some teams with some big time players. How about I go through a list of these guys? LeBron, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Ant-Man, Cat. We're not even going to talk about how we celebrate play-in wins. I win play-in games on the road, and I'm ready to get to the playoffs. You win play-in games at home, and you standing on the scores table acting like it's a championship. We celebrate wins different too. But let me get back to these guys. You've had some great teammates over these years that you've only been able to make the conference finals with because your impact was that strong. One time, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Sweet Lemon Pepper Lou, and Dwight Howard. I can go on and on. Them is just the Hall of Famers that I could just pop on the list right now. Let's not name some of the guys that I know may have listened to you when they was around you, but the way they act is not the way you act, even from the young guys who are going to be future Hall of Famers. A guy who just won MVP, a guy who just won a championship. I know he looked up to you as a rookie, but you saw what happened when you left. But we don't even need to get into that. Some of them are still adding on to their legacies in the game of basketball. We're talking basketball here. In one conference finals to show for it, your impact for winning was very strong, huh? And this ain't no shot again to them guys, because I know from being in my shoes, I know how hard it is to win in this league.
Fellas, that was Trae Young, by the way, if you didn't know who that was, and Patrick Beverley going at it, going back and forth. Patrick Beverley says basically Trae Young is not a winner, he's not a leader, and he's hearing rumors and whispers, AllBall, that Trae Young is not liked in that position over there in the ATL. What do you think about this back and forth, man? And because I can't wait to hear what Flea got to say, but we got to save that.
I'm gonna be short and sweet. I've been saying it, and these guys are just proving me right every time. All these niggas sound like idiots behind the mic. Sorry. Number one idiot is Michael Porter Jr. Numero uno. What the fuck is Pat Beverley and Trae Young talking about? Seriously. Niggas sound and look stupid, man. Like, this is what it is when you're rich and bored? Like, what are y'all talking about? You only been to one conference finals. Both of you bum niggas only been to one conference finals. Fuck is y'all talking about? Listen, man, this shit is so whack, it's so corny, and it's sad. It's sad. I'm not even trying to be funny. Besides Kevin Garnett, I'm going to be honest. The words of my brother Flea, I don't want to talk or hear you niggas when it comes to the sport of basketball. And I'm talking about, I don't care who it is, LeBron, KD, Steph. I don't want to hear none of y'all niggas talk. Unless it's Kevin Garnett, because I see the passion. I feel the passion. And he talk real shit. And he actually talks basketball. And he breaks down basketball. You other niggas is going from, and I said this, and y'all all laughed at me. People say I'm crazy. How are you going from athlete to streamer and YouTuber? Where does that happen at? Put the mics down. Get y'all bum asses in the gym. And do what makes us like y'all. Play the fucking game of basketball at a high level. I'm gonna be honest. You Trae Young and Pat Bev, man, for me, and I'll let Flea cook, y'all just took so many notches down on a respect level from me. You niggas look so corny, it don't even make sense. If y'all are married, whoever your significant other, whoever's in your corner that you actually talking, listen, no, seriously. You can't tell me they're not telling y'all, what the fuck are you doing? The fuck are y'all doing? Man, these niggas, man, listen, man. Get these niggas out of here, man. Listen, I'm
Rayford Sr. behaves just like Rayford Jr. So ain't nobody in Rayford's corner telling him he shouldn't be acting like that.
Who's right? I don't know who that is.
I ain't talking about Pat Beverley. I'm talking about the other gentleman that's a part of this. His name is Rayford. His name is Rayford. That's his name. That's what I'm gonna call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
No, hold on, Flea.
His name is Rayford.
All right, cool. But still, and I'll let you put. I'm just saying, for me, I don't listen. Social media is dangerous, and for me, if these guys worked, if I was the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, I would have a meeting with Trae Young. Like I said, Pat Bev is not in the league no more, so I get it. But I've been telling y'all, I think you should not be able to have a podcast or get your bum ass behind the mic if you are still employed by the NBA. because you niggas are looking silly every time y'all get behind the mic. And it's starting to look bad. Seriously, I'm not. It's all jokes aside. It's entertaining. It's funny. Flea, these niggas are starting to look crazy, bro. And I'm gonna be honest. A lot of you niggas lucky y'all can play basketball. Lord have mercy.
Oh shit!
Would never want to hang out with none of you niggas. I would never want to see none of you niggas. Like I said, like that's a great point, OG. Lucky you niggas know how to play basketball really well. Like,
damn, I didn't want to start my point yet, Flea, because I don't want to forget it. But what do you think about this? Because I know you have strong feelings about Trae Young, but this is a lot. This is a back and forth, heavy back and forth. And I didn't know Trae Young was going to come sit down for like 3 hours and be a streamer today. But what is your response? What do you think about what's going on here?
I don't like it per se, right? I think the premise of what Pat Beverly was saying was fair, right? Why? First of all, let's talk about this piece real quick. Why are All-Stars so sensitive about being critiqued about not performing in the All-Star game? Anytime that is brought up, that hits a nerve for some reason. So that's a valid point. And to be honest, perennial All-Stars and guys that make the All-Star team 10, 11, 12 times may start to take that for granted. You may, right? If I'm gonna show up every year and not have to just because of my name, right? When you got some guys in there that would die to be All-Stars one time, right? So I think what he said was fair, like questioning like why don't, and the response was cool. But my thing about Trae Young is that I just think his ego is just heavily overblown. It's just heavily overblown. He's a really, really good player, but he's a losing player. He's not a winning type player. We want to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals. That's one time. Talk about the last 4 seasons since that. First round exit. Didn't make the playoffs. So like we talking about, okay, people may not like Patrick Beverly because he's opinionated and things like that. He do his job in the NBA. Trae Young, you're a perennial player. You're people think you're a superstar level player. So you elevating your team is necessary. Pat Bev is a piece. Pat Bev is a cog. He's not making a break in anything for any team, but you are, nigga. And as of late, you haven't. So I don't see this being so enamored by this dude. He's not a winning player. He's not a leader. He does nothing to help you win. He's a bad shot taker. He can't guard his position. How is he going to help you win? I'm not saying he's not a good player. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. I would be dumb to say the guy's not a great player. He is great. But what is he going to do to help you win? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But chirp and talk. So, yeah, I think it's I actually think it's fair, to be honest. Those two niggas having conversation is actually quite fair. People are overblowing this Trae Young shit. Trae Young may never see the playoffs ever again. Ever again. Everybody's so hyped over the Atlanta Hawks. This nigga in the middle talking about Atlanta might do something. Atlanta ain't shit. They ain't been shit. Trae Young. Fuck out of here.
I disagree with that part. I think we're always going to be the superstar thing, the description. Everybody has their own opinion about it, but the truth of the matter is when you're a superstar off the court, that's what Trae Young does. He brought light to in MSG. He wasn't scared to be the new Reggie Miller if he was cast to be that. Clearly he's not as talented as Reggie Miller. He's not 6'6", but I think he does a lot at crunch time. I think he's one of the best passers. I don't want to say ever, but in the game right now, he's definitely one of the best passers in the NBA. He can make passes that
he don't pass nobody open. He ain't doing the hockey assist to get another guy involved. If you open at the rim, Fabian, he gonna pass it to you. You can make a layup.
He can also kick it out.
That'll make me a great passer.
Luka does the same shit. It's like, and he's 6'9".
That's a little.
Yeah. Trae's 6'2", and he's doing similar shit. Maybe it's not exactly the same, but for him to pull that off, to say that he's not whatever, it's like, I get the hype behind him. I agree with you where it's like he's not Jalen Brunson. He's not the other point guards in this game. No, but superstar wise, who else is holding it down to be the face of the team? He's doing that. So some guys are tasked to be the superstar of the team and take that on. He was traded for Luka Doncic, as a matter of fact, and I just forgot about. Look how quickly I forgot about that. But I understand what Pat Bev is saying. I just didn't know his angle, and maybe he does this all the time, and it's cool. That's how you get your attention for whatever you want to say. But I just don't. What did we learn from that besides you try to be gossipy about it? They really don't like you over there. Okay, so stick to that. You know, you're not a winner to stand the third. Okay, maybe he's just miscasted. He shouldn't be the best player on the team. That's cool. But at some point, Trae Young defended himself saying,
Christ.
Right, but Trae Young telling Pat Bev, yo, dog, that's similar to Jerry West. Yo, dog, hold on. You ain't at my table. I'm not with you. You can't talk to me like that. So I got that part about it. It's just
so what table Trae Young at? What type of table?
All-star. He sells tickets. Pat Bev ain't doing that. People coming to see Trae Young, Ice Trae, rolling them dice on the garden floor. We fucks on the low. We kind of fucks with him. We like his bravado.
We can say what we want about what Pat Beverly said. The main thing that he said is that's probably the truth that everything he said. We will fucking forget you when you retire, nigga. We will not be talking about Trae Young when he's done. We ain't gonna be talking about what he did and how polarizing and what a great guard and where does he stack up in the pantheon greats of God. We will never bring that nigga's name up again.
I think part of the reason why, which I wanted to get to this point because AllBall is saying that, is because when I listen to Flea, I don't even think that you play basketball, and that's not a disrespect. That's you're so good at speaking. I'm not thinking about, oh, he played ball, so he can break the game down for me. No, he's just giving an opinion, and he's really good at breaking this down. Whatever his opinion is. Pat Bev and Trae Young are not that. That's why them bum-ass dudes will never be remembered. Because you trying to be a streamer, like AllBall is saying, and you, in order to do that, to be a media mogul, to be a celebrity off the court, you have to be talented off that court. What are y'all doing? That's why I said I didn't care about them. What are you people talking about? So you guys want to engage in a fight? You just seen Dame and Cam fight, and that's what you wanted to do? That shit is gone. Neither one of them really got off like that. That shit was dumb. It was dumb. I didn't learn anything. This guy tried to bring up all of Pat Beverly's teammates like as if what? Pat Beverly's supposed to win? When was he expected to be a sidekick, a number 2, or number 3? None of that shit. That was dumb. But Pat Beverly saying that about Trae Young was like, it was mean-spirited, bro. The kid, regardless of what you got to say, Flea, Dyson Daniels is there. Jalen Johnson is there. KP he scored 40 the other day in FIBA. I'm not saying he's going to be the old KP, but they got something going on over there. And again, he's closer to being the second, third, fourth best player on the team. Patrick Beverly was never the top 5 player in the NBA or on any team. He wasn't. He was kind of dirty. He broke Russell Westbrook's leg. He did a lot of bullshit too. So he used a lot of these tricks and antics the same way Draymond does off the court to get attention and to give some money. And if that's the way you're gonna do it, all right, cool. But please tell me something else besides gossip. I haven't learned why you think Trae Young is not the best player on the basketball team, and he should be telling us why instead of me and you.
I mean, career role players that are asked to play defense, like think about them. You said Pat Beverly, you said Draymond Green. Look at what Bruce Bowen was doing. Bruce Bowen was kicking niggas in the face. Look at what you understand what I'm saying? What was Rajah Bell doing? What the fuck was Rajah Bell? Like the list could go on and on. Like those type of guys, there's a place for them in the NBA for sure, because they know that they're not the main guy, but they know whatever they're doing is helping the team win. When you are one of the main guys or the main guy, there's a level of responsibility that you carry. And right now, you got the Atlanta Hawks looking like dirt. They have recycled and revamped that roster several different times. See, here's the thing. The evidence is there. We could say we don't like Pat Beverly and what he's saying and his mean spirit and all that type of shit. The evidence is there. DeJounte Murray was there for a year. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. Trade me, please. John Collins, we say whatever we want about John Collins. John Collins is a big reason why they was in the conference finals when they made that conference finals run. Got his ass up out of there. So now we're going to build around this dude again and try to figure it out again. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. King's Speech is absolutely right. They're mediocre because they building around Trae Young. You want to rebuild? Landry Fields would have kept his job had he traded Trae Young.
He's gone?
Yeah.
I thought he got Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I believe so.
I just one solution. This is where bum ass Adam Silver supposed to watch things like this. You bum ass niggas play 1-on-1. Or y'all put your own money up. See, that's how real ballers settle shit.
Right.
Pat Bev is still in shape. He's just still was playing. They about the same height. Put the money up, you bum ass niggas. Y'all both up. $500,000, nigga. I'll bust your ass. See, this is why, for me, this is why I told y'all, I made the reference with the Charlemagne with the tough shit. All you niggas that's supposed to be ballers that come from the trenches, y'all know how these things supposed to get settled. Especially if we the same height. The next response supposed to be, how much money you want to put up, I'll bust your ass. Simple. Come on, man, that's what I tell y'all, bro. These dudes, they not looking to inform us about nothing. They're not looking to help us learn nothing. These guys are looking at Casanat them guys, and these guys want to be streamers and YouTubers and social media stars, bro. They don't even want to be athletes no more. Because what real athletes do, please, you know how that shit go. You said what? Bust your ass.
Roll the ball.
Give me the time and the place.
Roll the
Simple.
ball.
Simple. And that'll shut everything down. But nah, they don't want to do that.
And that'll be a real way for Adam Silver and the NBA to go away from calling this just a highlight culture. What better highlight than to get Patrick Beverly and Trae Young to go meet up somewhere and play 1-on-1 just to start the NBA season?
Let's take it a step further, Ray. Let's take it a step further, OG. T-Mac was sitting with Gilbert in the arena. And I guess he wasn't supposed to say that there may be potentially 1-on-1s for the All-Star weekend. Let's take it a step further. There's a lot of dumb shit that happens before February. Keep the tallies. Let's tally this shit up, and let's make it a weekend. Trae Young, Pat Beverly, roll your asses out there. It's All-Star weekend. Roll that ass out there, and let's get to it. Game 11. Roll the ball out there. Okay, Draymond Green, you was beefing with Kevin Durant this year. Roll the ball out there. Play 1-on-1. Because these niggas is not going to fight. Niggas is not going to fight. They're going to verbally spar over the internet, and it's just getting ridiculous at this point, right? I'm a young guy. I didn't even come from that era. If we got a problem, I'm going to see you, like, physically, so I could touch you, nigga. Like, I don't want to talk to you over the phone. What we doing?
But what do they do for fights, before the fight? Like, Crawford and Canelo couldn't even do it because they really didn't hate each other like that. But when you got, that's what how you hype a fight anyway. So why not hype a basketball game? Instead of, like, what Adam Silver did was kind of embarrassing. You told on yourselves. This is a highlight culture. We don't care about we charge you $2,000 for NBA TV app. We don't care. You're going to clip it up anyway. So why not take advantage of where they are clipping things up today and go hype up the next game or 1-on-1?
Bro, you guys have social media platforms. You guys have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook platforms. You find somebody to sponsor it. You live stream it from your platform. That's how y'all blow your pages up and want to make money anyway. And go live, put that money up. Yeah, come on, man. Yo, ballers, this is why I get upset, Fabian. Y'all know what this comes from, bro. It starts from the concrete, from the park. We've all been there.
That's a fact.
You get to talking too much, roll the ball out, my nigga. I'll bust your ass. That's the best way to embarrass somebody. That's the best way. So for me, I'm tired of these dudes. I'm tired of listening to them. Don't none of them need a mic in front of them. I know that sounds kind of messed up, but the proof that they prove it every time they get in front of a mic. All these niggas sound silly, man. They just do.
Hey, well, ball. I don't know if it's a new school thing. Might have some old school guys talking out their yin yang too. Robert Ory was out here. He wanted to discuss, I don't know, what is it called? Start, bench, cut. Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Thunder Paul George I cut. Just because it's the Thunder, Paul George.
Yeah.
You know, and the Paul George, I love him there. Jimmy Butler, I'm starting.
Are you starting him over Knicks Melo?
Yes, because you know me. I need you to give me something on the other
end of the floor.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason. You know, Jimmy is quote unquote two-way player. So I'm and think about playoff Jimmy is a different motherfucker.
Well, dude, playoff Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck in the middle on the sense that I'm with you both, where I don't love it, but I'm going to cut Paul George, and I'm really kind of in the middle here. Because
all right, we want to hear from you. Sorry, guy. He might have played D3 basketball. If he's going to correct me later on, you know, he played basketball in Oregon State, and you need to go watch college ball, Fabian. Sure. Flea. I'll go with Flea first. You the mellow guy.
Fuck you going with me first for?
Because I felt like
A, B, and then C. Not A and B that back.
You know what?
My son said, what Shaq said.
Molly can't do that. She ain't no Ernie Johnson either.
You think you're gonna trigger me by bringing up Molly again? I'm gonna forget about her like I forget about Trae Young. Give a fuck about these. Like, fuck out of here.
That was well said. Now, please react to Robert Horry's old ass saying that he'd rather have Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, two-way player to start over Knicks, Carmelo Anthony, and definitely cut Paul George, OKC Paul George.
Yeah, we forget OKC Paul George was a top 3 MVP candidate. We forget that quickly, but
that was bad.
I mean, okay, we just talking about individual player, right? But anyway, yeah, Jimmy was good, but I'm not taking Jimmy Butler over Carmelo Anthony any day. Chicago, Minnesota, Miami. I'm not doing it. And see, here's the thing. When we start talking about players that don't have rings, we create this thing where it matters that they don't. Right? It ain't about, because Jimmy Butler don't got a ring neither. They both ringless at this stage. But if we're just talking about basketball players, I can't say Jimmy Butler is better than Carmelo Anthony at the game of basketball. With the point of the game is to put the motherfucker in the hoop. We about to say Jimmy Butler's better? Nah, I'm not rolling. Fits? Does a guy fit somewhere else? For sure. The playoff Jimmy thing is a little overblown. That was a moment. That wasn't like an entire decade where Jimmy Butler was killing niggas in the playoffs. This wasn't some decade-long shit. This was a 2, 3 year, 4 year span. So we still got to start being honest and stop being so prisoners of the moment. This is a top 10 scorer of all time. We're talking about 5,000 plus players played the game of basketball. He's in the top 10 of putting the motherfucker in the hoop, which is the point of the game. So, I mean, everybody can have fun with who's better and who's not and all that type of shit with Jimmy Butler. Niggas love Jimmy because he's a workhorse. He brings the type of attitude that people love about him. But don't put me in a position to call a nigga regular weak because he's really good. But let's be cool. Playoff Jimmy was a moment, not some shit where we like, oh shit, another year where Jimmy Butler's gonna be in the finals. Niggas be cool. He's a good player, but relax.
Oh, ball. You be cool. I see you making faces over there. What you got to say to Flea and Robert Horry, the king of all rings?
Because my brother Flea, this is a triggering subject for him, right? You said 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Which one was it? I mean, if a person four. Look, it's not
out of an 11, 12 year career. But go ahead.
That's what he said, though. Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler.
Right. Against Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. I'm going to be honest. Jimmy Butler, Miami was better than Knicks, Carmelo. I mean, I don't know what people want to see or want to hear. Now, if we're talking about who's the better basketball player, then of course it's Carmelo Anthony. But if we're talking in that 4 year span, who did more with less, who was more successful in the playoffs, who was a better basketball player in the playoffs, I'm going to be honest. It's not even close. It's not even close because Jimmy Butler got the job done. When you look at those rosters, then Melo didn't have a great roster with the Knicks neither. But come on, Jimmy Butler went to 2 finals, numerous conference finals. He was going up against the juggernaut Boston Celtics, and he was letting them know, yeah, I'm beating them when I meet them. So for me, Flea makes a great point, and I can't argue who I will want on my team if we're talking about career. Because what Melo was from high school way up to when he retired, you can't argue that. It's nothing to debate. Come on, what he did at Syracuse, did we all forget about Denver Nuggets Melo? Then, like I said, just his career just great. But what Jimmy Butler did in Miami Heat, if we're talking about just those Miami Heat years, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not mad if somebody says I'm gonna take Jimmy over Melo. If a person likes Melo, I'm not gonna argue that. But the gap is not what people may think it is. If we're talking about, like you said, Flea, that 4-year span of the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, what those Miami Heat teams were doing, that shit was unbelievable, bro. That roster was terrible. That roster is still terrible. And for them to have the success that they had, it more so was because of Jimmy Butler. Like we're not going to argue out and debate that. That wasn't because of Bam. It wasn't because of Tyler Hero. That was because of Jimmy Butler. I'm gonna be honest. That's something to discuss and that's something to debate. But you know, I know Robert Orby sometimes may come off as a hater, things of that nature. But Flea, you made a great point, and you know, me and you, we normally 99.9% disagree. I agree with you with Melo being the best basketball player out of the two. But I'm gonna repeat, and I'll let Fabian cook. If we're talking about Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, bro, we can't ignore what he did in those years. That shit was like Michael Jordan type shit. It's just that, like you said, he's hurt in the regular season. Playoff Jimmy for those years was for real. They just didn't win a championship. But you can't ignore what he did with that roster. That shit was nothing less than spectacular, bro.
He had all the opportunity to give his favorite coach of all time praise and love, Fabian. Had all the opportunity the last 5 to 8 minutes to give all the praise and love to his favorite coach of all time. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna pinpoint Jimmy Butler as the reason that the Miami Heat overachieved. You got it, Fabian. That's all I wanted to say. Go ahead, my man.
You see that? You see that coach now without Jimmy Butler?
I peeped it. I don't know what he's talking about. I've defended Jimmy Butler. Great run, great that puts you in a possible first ballot Hall of Fame, probably second, third ballot Hall of Fame with that run. But Carmelo never got to play for Eric Spoelstra. He got to play for bum ass George Karl. Didn't learn shit from him, but how to like hate the NBA. Then when he came to the Knicks, he had D'Antoni. He really didn't have a great run here. And you know, I'm not a Melo guy. We know this.
We know.
This shouldn't even be a fucking conversation. How many games did Jimmy Butler play in the regular season? What are we talking about? Has he even ever played 70? Even in Miami. As much as we talk about this bubble ring when it comes to LeBron, we sure forget it was a bubble when Jimmy Butler's in it, time to defend him. I can't imagine what he would have done against Carmelo in his prime. It's that he's not in that class. Robert Ory's just saying shit to get clicks. I don't know what's up with him. Carmelo Anthony's a different level. If you we talk about Paul Pierce, okay, I'll give you that. But regular season, there's 82 games to be played. Carmelo Anthony's busting a lot of people's ass during the regular season games. Jimmy Butler might not even show up. And you talk about ruining teams. That he's a bit of a dickhead, bro. Like Carmelo just showed up. He came to New York. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna put this on my back, man." Carmelo ain't sell out like that. Even dealing with Phil Jackson. Yo, he had to deal with Phil Jackson in New York and George Karl in Denver. Carmelo has a lot of patience, man. Jimmy Butler, imagine if Jimmy Butler had to deal with Phil Jackson in that scenario. What would he do? Bring his coffee, sit down on an airplane, kick his shoes off, protest any way possible? Nah, man.
So y'all saw what he did to Riley? You saw what he did to Riley this past season. Niggas just conveniently forget that this bitch is a diva. We conveniently forget how much of a diva that nigga is. They call Melo a diva. Like I said, just because he's hard-nosed, he got funny hair, and he looks rough, that don't mean he ain't no diva.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes, sir.
Should Pat Riley have paid them the money?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're not a superstar. You always fringe. Look what happened afterwards.
His time too. I think he's completely past his time.
Right.
That finals run is we going on 3 years ago. And the way time goes right now, like 3 years ago feels like an eternity.
Kevin Durant's past his prime. He's about to make $50 million or whatever it is. He's way more. He's not in that class. He's not in that class. That's a different. You asked me earlier is with Patrick Beverly and Trae Young. This ain't even a conversation.
Hold on. Stay there. right now, who'd you rather have? Jimmy Butler or Dame Lillard?
Jimmy Butler.
Dame Lillard got the money.
Got what money?
Jimmy, what money?
He got bought out. It's a big difference.
No,
Jimmy
no,
Butler.
no. I'm saying before he got bought out, he got some money.
Right.
Right.
Who-
Why Jimmy Butler can't get the money?
Dame Lillard ain't
We
in this
watched
conversation either.
We watched Damian Lillard carry a franchise for over a decade. Playoffs after playoffs after playoffs. Conference final. Not a portion. We watched Damian Lillard do that for an extremely long time.
Fleet, how
Dame-
long was Jimmy Butler in Miami?
5 years.
Y'all, you overselling that. He wasn't there for a long time. He was there for a little bit.
Fleet, if he was there for 5 years, what did he do in them 5? Did he not carry the Miami Heat for the 5 years he was there?
I'm not refuting that.
So
We're
why
talking
not
about
pay
the
him?
player.
Hold on. This is where we disagree. He did not just carry that team. Like you just said, Bam is a bum. This guy's a bum. They all did the work, held him down in the regular season, and let him rest for the fucking playoffs. Bro, he played like 30 games one year.
Bam was a multiple-time All-Star through this ride too. You can hate Bam all you want. That's a fact. He was an All-Star.
Trae Young is an All-Star too. How do we feel about him?
That's not my point. What does that mean?
It doesn't mean nothing.
What does it mean? I'm talking about who helped them get to the finals.
We ain't talking about Trae Young.
Okay. Fuck, we talking about Trae Young. Yeah, he's an All-Star. That's a fact.
So the Dame Lillard years, McCullough and all them didn't help him get there?
For sure.
Right, you need help, but we know who was the focal piece, bro.
Dame
It was Jimmy
Lillard
Butler.
Dame Lillard played a bunch of them games, bro. Dame Lillard was the face of one organization. I don't remember him beefing with nobody. I remember him tanking no seasons, drinking no coffee, taking his shoes off, trying to fight dudes on the bench. Come on,
Dame
man.
Lillard was winning 50 games with Al Farouk Aminu, Alan Crabb, niggas like that.
I'm a big Dame Lillard guy. This is not no knock to Dame Lillard. I'm just saying.
Oh, but who's better, Dame Lillard or Jimmy Butler?
It's tough. It's tough.
It's not.
It is, bro. It is.
Can't be.
Okay.
This guy's playing 70 plus games a year, game winners. Come on, man. Dame Lillard was carrying the team. Jimmy Butler, bro. Jimmy Butler's been a head case. Dame Lillard was the man from the rip. Opened it like you said. Even that was at Weber State. He did all right there, junior college, right?
No,
bro. We ain't gotta like I said. I'm not here advocating for Jimmy Butler. Like we ain't gotta like him and like how he moves. No. But we can't take away. He's a good basketball player, and when he went to Golden State. And when he went to Golden State, let's not act like that roster is great, because that roster is trash too. And look what they did when he got there. I'm just saying we cannot ignore what he did in Miami for those 5 years. Playoff Jimmy was a real thing. It is.
Yes, I agree with that. He was a killer. I don't think many players got to that point in the playoffs, but he's allowed to do that with all that rest in the regular season. You can't ignore that. How come he's allowed to just skip all that shit? How? Giannis and these guys, they out there every game in, game out. Carmelo Anthony played every game, bro, in New York. Don't tell me Jimmy Butler had more pressure on him than Carmelo Anthony ever in his life about basketball. It's not even close. Carmelo got all kind of news. Jimmy Butler is just, and then on top of that, fuck all that. He's not as dominant as Carmelo. Melo was really busting dudes' asses whenever he wanted to. Jimmy Butler, that was not at will. It wasn't at leisure. Jimmy Butler had to learn that shit, 5 years in? Melo did that shit from the rip. And I love how they didn't mention Denver Melo, because that's not even close.
A Flea.
They specifically said
Jimmy Butler was a 3-point shot away from going to 3 finals. I'm like, bro, I'm just
fact.
Yeah. Well, we can't ignore that.
You gotta win one. You gotta win one. When we talk about John L, when we talk about Elway, when we talk about Montana, when we talk about Aikman, when we talk about those guys, we don't mention Jim Kelly. You know why? Because Jim Kelly ain't win.
Y'all don't, because Jimmy Butler certainly ain't no Jim Kelly of all that.
I'm just saying, for what he's saying, making it to the finals, that wouldn't mean shit. You made it to the finals.
That's
three
a lie.
times?
That's
three
a
times
lie.
and didn't win.
He went to 4 straight. Hold on. If you're gonna even bring up that name, Jim Kelly's not even close. What kind of a quarterback he was compared to what Jimmy Butler is at the whatever compared to Carmelo Anthony. Come on now.
I got you. What I'm
he
saying,
went to
the point of what I'm saying is making it. He made the point of he would have made it to the finals 3 straight times.
Yes.
I'm saying, so what? That is the equivalent of you make it to the Super Bowl and you don't win. So what? Who cares?
That's
what I'm saying. I'm not talking about if Jim Kelly is better at his sport than Jimmy Butler. I'm not gonna argue.
Yes, but I'm saying no. You have to care about that because that is a fact. Of course, you have to give him credit for that. You can't just ignore that. That's fucked up. I'm not gonna ignore Jimmy Butler for doing to Boston. All the teams he had to go up against, the team that he lost against, he was outmatched. But
Bron made 10 finals. You niggas thought he was supposed to win 10 finals. Bron, yeah, everybody shut up now. Yeah, right. Bron made 10 finals. You niggas said he's supposed to win all 10, right?
All I know is I didn't bring up that name, and the guy in the middle, he didn't even bring up his name. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
I'm asking a question. We're talking about finals appearances.
Yeah,
right?
he should have won. Yeah, you get there. You should win all 10. Yes.
Win all 10. Okay, that's what I'm just asking.
You're the best player. You're the best player in the league. You're supposed to be the favorite every time you go there. Yes, you should have won.
Playoff Jimmy. Playoff Jimmy carrying that team to a 3-point shot away from getting to the finals. Right.
And same thing we can say about Melo. As great as he is offensively, all these stats, all the super famous shit, ain't never been to a fucking finals and only been to one conference finals.
He ain't never had no team set up.
Here we go.
Riley and Jimmy and
Spoelstra. I don't think he's ever had a great team around him.
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler's best teammate for that Miami duration was Bam Adebayo.
Who was Carmelo's best teammate on the Knicks?
Probably
J.R. Smith. I give you that. Right. I give you that. I'm not right.
And tell me in Denver too. Tell me about in Denver. Who's the second best player in Denver? You gonna say JR's name again?
Marcus Camby.
Chauncey Billups. Good rosters.
And then we're not even going to the coach.
Good rosters.
Had the best roster. He brings Allen Iverson over there. They shit the bed. They immediately remove Allen Iverson, replace him with Chauncey Billups. Somehow, some way, they in the finals, and they lose to Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Bum ass George Karl, man.
2 players, similar rosters. One is more successful than the other.
No.
Okay.
Who's more successful?
This nigga's the coaching guru, but wants to negate coaching.
Hold on, wait. So you would take you would take Jimmy Butler's career over Carmelo's career?
No, I said I would take Jimmy Butler Miami over Knicks.
So Carmelo. You would take?
Yes. But Flea, did I not say? I said, but if we're talking career, I said I'm not that crazy. Right. Carmelo Anthony is a better basketball player. Career-wise, it's not even close. But if we're talking Knicks, Melo against Jimmy Butler Miami Heat, like I said, as great as Melo is, we cannot ignore and deny what Jimmy Butler did in Miami for 4 or 5 years. That shit was impossible with that roster. Second-round draft picks, guys that wasn't drafted, and them guys were literally competing for conference finals and finals every year for 4 years straight. I'm not ignoring that. I'm sorry. Melo ain't do that.
And that's an extreme testament to that coaching, to Pat Riley putting that team. Because guess what? Real quick. I'm gonna just end with this because I don't want to talk. I'm gonna be cool, and it's getting close. I need OG got to get to bed. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Jimmy could sit, like Fabian's point. Jimmy could sit, and they would stay afloat. There's no way in hell Carmelo Anthony could remove himself, get injured, hurt, anything like that, and the Knicks be halfway good. The Denver Nuggets be halfway good. So let's pump the brakes. He could sit, make coffee, fight Udonis Haslem on the bench.
Never called
all types of goofy shit.
Hey, Fabian, he never got called playoff Melo.
It's Hoodie Melo, man. Watch your mouth.
All right, Hoodie Melo. Okay. Playoff Jimmy. Which one is better?
All ball suckers.
I ain't gonna front. That was a mic drop. Are we live?
Big Flea. Never the show. Let me go call Molly when I get up out of here. Let me go call Molly.
She got time. She ain't got no job tomorrow. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. Yeah.
Sorry, P. Baby.
8 p.m. Back with some more Knicks Rehab. Back with some more Knicks Rehab. AllBall TV. Big Flea. Big AllBall. Come on, man. I think I'm gonna DM Molly, try to get some tips from her, see how I can do better at my job, Flea. I think I'm gonna go do that.
Nah, she don't want to give you tips. She don't want to help you.
Why not? Why you say that with an attitude, man?
I'm sorry. Dame rato.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.